Welcome back everybody to some more Southampton, and we are here today for the games against Newcastle and Huddersfield. It's also transfer deadline day. No new signings or outgoings have happened yet, but if anything does, I'll be sure to bring that to you too. So, one change to the lineup today then, one that was forced with Catrone's injury. Hassan is starting in the advanced forward role next to Gabbiadini. Exactly the same system, just a straight swap. We've also brought Nathan Redmond onto the bench to obviously make up the numbers. And Yassine Benzia can also fill in here if something about this isn't quite working out. He's not a natural there, but he can certainly play the role. So let's just get into the game then. Now, these are both teams that we have beaten in the past, Newcastle and Huddersfield. So maybe this is our chance for a 6-point episode. Who knows? So another key point here is we're actually playing against two of our former players, Stephen Davis and Charlie Austin. Austin on the bench. He moved because he wanted game time. And now he's on the bench. I feel like this hasn't quite worked out for him. But yeah, overall it's not an awful squad by any means. And Mbemba played at left back last time. Now he's at right back. One day he will get to play at centre half. So let's get into the game then and see how we can do. I'm expecting a win. So we have a throw in then very early into the game. James Ward-Prowse tries to cross it in, but Davis claims it. Please don't let Stephen Davis score. Even if we win, I just don't want him to score. Okay, we do manage to win the ball back. Hadet is on it, and we are passing it around the back quite nicely. We're working it well. No rushed passes. We're just using the time we have. Very nice play here so far. I'm impressed. Hassan then, on the ball. This is obviously his first start for us. Hopefully he can have an impact. He's been quite underwhelming from the bench as Gabbiadini takes a strike and that goes in. I was still talking about other things. I was expecting the chance to be worked a little bit more, but Gabbiadini just hits it from quite the distance out. And it's fair to say that the keeper absolutely spills it. I didn't quite take note of who they've got in goal, but yeah, it's a solid, 30 yards out, and Darlow just absolutely spills it. Definitely should have done better. Maybe he should be playing for Darlow. But fantastic to go 1-0 up so early on into the game. The assist from Dusan Tadic, proving why we preferred him to Stephen Davies, I'd like to think. And yeah, excellent goal. One of the better ones we've scored this season, without a shadow of a doubt. So we are at half-time here then, and the only highlight so far has been the goal that we put into the back of their net. So certainly not going too badly. Scarily a similar story to the couple of games we've had before though, notably the Burnley one. We've had most of the shots and most of the shots on target, although it's not quite as far in our favour this time around. They are fouling a lot. The referee needs to start getting his cards out and control them a little bit here. Happy with your performance, keep it up. They are all extremely delighted, apart from Cedric and Timo Horn. I'm not sure if you could have seen that because my head was in the way, but Hassan is on a 6.4. It's not promising, is it? Hopefully he can sort of pull his ratings out and get his first goal as we have a throw-in. Bertrand on the ball, knocks it to Hassan, and we're working it okay. It was not a bad ball in. As Hassan is on it, he gives it to Dusan Tadic, who knocks it across, can't quite keep it though. Lamina now on it. Tadic, Gabbiadini. Can we find that ball into the box that we've seen so many times? Bertrand across to Tadic. Tackled. Bertrand back in. Hassan knocks it to Gabbiadini and it's 2-0. And it was a great assist there from Hassan. It's his first real contribution he's had since he's joined us. And this is a really calm, collected assist. I'm not going to lie. I was expecting him to shoot. The passes were all over the place. Bertrand puts it in. Hassan holds it for a second. Draws all the defenders to him. If we just actually go back and look at that again, yes, I'm bigging up my own signing. I hold no complaints against this. Yes, it's bias. But if you just see, look, all the defenders come out to Hassan, leaving Gabbiadini completely open, and he picks out the pass perfectly to make it 2-0. Yeah, I'm bigging up my own signing. Judge me. So Stephen Davies has actually just been replaced by Jose Perez, and he got a 6.3. I love it when my own decisions are backed up. As Hassan is on the ball on the left wing, gives it to Ryan Bertrand. Can we find a third goal? Lamina. I've noticed we tend to win 3-0 quite a lot. We've got quite a few 3-0s under our belt this year, I think. And yeah, or at least 3 goal games. We've scored 3 or more quite often. As Bertrand wins the ball again, it's not the best ball up to Gabbiadini, but he does control it. Plays it into Hassan, who can't quite get enough power on the shot to beat the keeper. Quite far out there. I feel like he could have taken on that defender maybe. He could have done more there. And as they come forward here, the highlight is not over. as they give it to Rodriguez out on this left flank. And can he get a ball in? He can, and that is a very, very good goal as Slimani scores to bring it back to 2-1. And the question is, do we keep the pressure on, or do we maybe go more controlled here? This is a wonderful ball in, it has to be said. Look at it, the pace and power on that. Even in slow motion, it was an absolute rocket. And then Slimani does very well to guide it into the net. I think what we are going to do is bring Shane Long on as a defensive forward on defend. Just to maybe try and, keep the pressure on but have an extra player back. And I think that's going to be it for now. I'd be fairly happy with just doing that, I think. They have a goal kick here, then Darlow pumps it up the pitch, and can we hold the fort here in the last 10 minutes of the game? They lump it forward, and Delete does manage to win the ball, knocks it back to Timo Horn. Is obviously a sweeper keeper, so you'd expect him to be okay with his feet, and we are on an attack. Lamina, oh, that's an absolute waste. It's an awful pass by Lamina. Cedric chases down Kennedy, though, puts in a cross. We just about managed to keep them out. We did well to contest Slimani there, and Atsu had a pretty open shot but wastes it. But there is another potential chance here. We are on the ball though. Shane Long, can he find a pass through? He can. Dusan Tadic, Gabbiadini. The shot isn't great, and it is an easy save for Darlow, as there is another highlight. They don't end Ward-Prowse with a back heel to Lamina there. That's beautiful to see. Tadic through to Gabbiadini. To Cedric out on the right wing. Can we find that ball through to Dusan Tadic? Through to Gabbiadini, who blasted over it. He rushes so much. He's got no composure and no patience at all. The amount of shots he just hits first time is ridiculous. Bertrand, there was no need to keep that in. Plays it back there to Timo Horn, who just powers it up the pitch, and they win the ball in the air. Ayoze through to Slimani, and we clear up the pitch. Brilliant ball up, and Shane Long contests well. With that defensive forward role, wins back possession, but then just passes it out of play for no reason at all. I'm not sure why. They're now back on the attack. Delete with the challenge, though. And Timo Horn claims the ball. I'm scared. I'm very, very scared. Ryan Bertrand up to Lamina. Through to Gabbiadini. And he is in so much space. And he slots it past Darlow. Wonderful goal. He just found the run. Gabbiadini's such a good player. My only complaint is his impatience on the ball. So many shots he just hits first time, or he puts a pass through too early. But right here, he waited until the perfect moment. The keeper came out and he just slots it past him. Very nice goal. Puts us 3-1 up, and you can almost say that this is going to secure the game. Although we've seen a lot of late goals in this, so let's not get too big for our boots just yet, as they have a corner. Christian Atsu puts it in, headed clear by Ward-Prowse, and you could see me hovering over the tactics there. Atsu takes a strike though, and that is full time? Maybe? Yes, it is. So, a 3-1 win over Newcastle to put a good start to this episode. Overall, I'm just going to say that was a very good performance, I think. It was definitely something I was happy with, and I'm very happy with the result and the way you played. Obviously, a hat-trick from Manolo Gabbiadini. 9.5 rating for him. He's so good. I just wish he could sometimes just slow it down. Scored with 4 minutes into the game and 4 minutes left to go, and 4 minutes into the second half, pretty much. That's interesting. But that does put us up into 8th position then. There's no games in hand or anything to be played, so that is a firm 8th. And as we go into the game against Huddersfield, this could end up being quite a big game come the end of the season, so I will get us to the start of that match right now. So we are back for the Huddersfield game today, and this is our true chance to get that 6-point episode. And I don't know if it's a big deal to the viewers, but to me this is really important. I really want an episode where I can just win both games. It shouldn't be this hard. But the one thing to note, which I've actually just noticed in the table, which I didn't point out last time, is that the top 6 are now in the top 6 slots. So if we are in 7th, we're in like essentially what can be considered a confirmed 7th. There's not going to be a team below us that we expect to just leap above us. And, like Tottenham have been down here all season, and Man City have been quite low as well. Now that they're actually above us, we can say that they're probably going to stay there unless we manage to overtake them. The other thing is our goal difference is awful. It's due to a few batterings we've had. Tottenham, Bournemouth, West Brom, Crystal Palace. None of these have really helped the goal difference, so we could use a few big wins to really just try and push that up a little bit. So hopefully this can be one of them. One minor change then, Jan Bednarek is on the bench for Yoshida. He's out with an injury for a few days. He was injured in training. But other than that, everything's remaining exactly as it was. So how long is Catrone out for, actually? Let's just check that real quick. 4 to 6 weeks, so he's going to be out until about mid-March, probably. So we're going to get some game time on some of these other guys. Hassan, Long, and Benzia will all probably make appearances if one of the others underperforms. So let's just submit the team and get into the match. The only other thing to note is fitness might be a bit of a struggle. Obviously, we played about 3 days ago, so yeah, it might not be great. But this Huddersfield side should be something we are able to beat. Rob Green in goal is probably the most notable player for them. Obviously, a good goalkeeper, so it'll be nice to see if we can beat him. And yeah, Tom Ince on the left wing, not a bad player either. Kachunga looks like he's doing alright too. Is that the top goal scorer for them that he is? Let's get into it then. Give the team talk and get stuck into the game. We expect nothing but a win. They don't care. They never care. Highlight straight from kickoff is still going on here, and Ince is through. Hadet with a wonderful tackle though. And it does go out for a corner to them. Great tackle from Hadet though. Very clean. And Ince does line up to take this corner. He heads it in. It's cleared by Delete, though. Now, maybe we can counter-attack as Hassan sprints towards it, puts it up the pitch, but it just fades out. It was a poor ball to Tadic anyway. But another throw in here for them, then. Moy now on the ball, blocked by Gabbiadini, who lumps it up to Hassan, and that ball is better than the one he just put in. But Hassan runs in, he takes the strike, and it is wide or high. I couldn't quite tell, to be honest. Gabbiadini on the ball there, and we're in a dangerous area. Cedric knocks it across. Dusan Tadic. Can we get a pass in? He puts the ball in. Hassan is on it, and it's off the crossbar. It was so close, and that's not a penalty? Oh, Tadic was offside. Okay. I was going to say, Ward-Prowse just got wiped out in the box. We're looking to build from the back here, then. And still passing it around nicely. Lamina, then, up to Gabbiadini. Ward-Prowse. Can we find the ball? There's that killer ball. It looks like we can. Cedric through to Gabbiadini. Puts it into the box. Hassan off the bar again. Oh, he's so close. He's so close to getting his first goal for us. I know he can do this. Come on, Hassan. He's having a good game, all things considered. Ward-Prowse then puts in the cross. And I have no idea what just happened. I know Romeu scored. I saw their player slide in. We're 1-0 up. Let's have a look at it again in a bit slower motion. Ward-Prowse then puts in the ball. They slide in, and it goes straight to Romeu. Whatever Kachunga just did was absolutely dreadful defensively. Timo Horn then throws the ball out. Ryan Bertrand is on it. Can we find a second goal? It's a great ball up. These long balls from Horn are fantastic. Hassan puts in an awful cross. Has to be said. Gabbiadini, though, manages to keep it in. Puts it back into the centre. Ward-Prowse now on the ball. Can we find another goal? I say can we find a lot, don't I? I've just noticed this. Playing it back, though, here. And Dusan Tadic out to Ryan Bertrand. We need a goal. We need a second. As we find Hassan to Tadic. Back to Hassan. Can he score? No, it's off the post. He's hit the woodwork 3 times. He could have played that back there. I think that was rather selfish. We still have possession, though. Tadic again. We need to get this ball through, but it just fades out into nothing, and they now have a free kick saved by Horn. It's a double save by Horn, I think. Although that second one looked like it went off the post, actually, because they all ran away and it was a goal kick. Maybe it was saved off the post. I don't know. I genuinely thought it was just a save out. But that was still a very good save by Timo Horn there. As they take their throw-in on the edge of half-time, it looks like they might have one last chance, unless it manages to fall to us, which it very well could. They put the ball across, and they have a lot of space out on this right-hand side with Smith, who puts in the ball. It's cleared by Delete, though. They head it back in. Ince in a dangerous position, and it is an easy goal for them, you have to say. It's a good strike, but an easy goal. Yeah, we were just a bit scattered in defence here. You can see Smith is in absolutely acres of space. And then we do manage to clear this, but it's not a good clearance at all. They win it back and just play it perfectly. It's a good left-footed strike there from Ince. And yeah, like I say, it's quite an easy goal and a poor one to give up. Poor defensively there. And Hassan is once again on a 6.4 rating going into half-time. I really, really, really want him to work out, but I don't know if he's going to. It has to be said, he's not doing great so far. I'm going to be quite aggressive here. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased. We should be beating a side like Huddersfield. This is the kind of side that I really want to start putting in better performances again. Not having to scrape wins, but being quite convincing. And Dusan Tadic then on the ball gives it to Hassan. Can we get a second goal? Can we put ourselves back in the lead? Cedric then through to Lamina. Gabbiadini on the ball. crosses it in. Hassan nods in his first goal for the club. It's a header. It was an easy goal. It was a good ball from Gabbiadini, who did most of the work. But Hassan is finally on the score sheet, and he puts us 2-1 up against Huddersfield. This is a wonderful bit of interplay here between Gabbiadini, Lamina, and Cedric. He puts in a great ball there, and it's nodded home. Hassan manages to beat the defender to the ball, nods it past the keeper, and it is 2-1. Now, do we make changes, or do we just try and ride this out? Maybe get a third. Bertrand is on the ball, and it might be another attack here. Lamina with a good pass to Tadic, and we're working it so nicely. Our possession work has gone so much upwards compared to the start of the season. The team play is brilliant. As it's switched across to Cedric here. Gabbiadini on the ball. Can he find a cross? Yes, he can. And Hassan, it was a good header, actually. It was a good save by Rob Green there. I think, though, Hassan might be coming off quite soon. And, yeah, I'm going to make this change now. I'm going to bring on Yassine Benzia in the striker role. We haven't seen it yet, and I kind of want to. I just want to see what he can do from this position, see if it's a viable option to bring on, or maybe even start. We're picking up a couple of yellow cards, which is concerning, but we should be fine. Four minutes left to play then, and we are still only 2-1 up. 4 minutes added time as well. And Romeu has just gone off injured. Fortunately, we did bring in Gunnarsson in January, who's going to come in and play pretty much the exact same role. Very similar player. Very well rounded. They have a corner in the dying seconds of the game. Sabri puts it in, but it's a massive clearance. That was a rugby kick up the pitch, and we take a 2-1 win. It is our first 6-point episode. Finally, it took us until February, but we got it. Very nice victory, well done. Yassine Benzia loves it. He didn't do anything. He came on for about 20 minutes and didn't even touch the ball as far as I'm aware. But it's finally a 6-point episode. The back-to-back wins. A 3-1 against Newcastle, followed by a 2-1 away at home against Huddersfield even. And yeah, it feels good to have that under my belt finally. The pressure of that's now off, right? Like, we don't have to worry about trying to get those 6 points. Well, we do. We still have to get them. It's just less pressure to do it because we've done it before. But Romeu is injured. Let's find out if it's anything serious. 4 to 7 weeks. Or, yeah. You know, we're just going to leave him out for 4 to 5. We're going to play Gunnarsson. And, yeah, we'll slot him into the team now. And we just want him back as soon as possible. I think he does prefer to be the ball winner. It doesn't make a massive amount of difference, actually. So we'll leave him on the role that we know. Keep the team shape similar. But that is going to be the end of today's episode. We will be back tomorrow for games against Everton and Brighton. 2 potentially winnable games again. How far can we take this winning streak? Where are Everton now, actually? They were doing quite poorly at the start. They still are. They're in 15th. So yeah, definitely 2 winnable games here as we start to move into the latter third of the season. So, I will catch you all tomorrow. We upload at 5:30 every day, and if you want those videos in your feed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment with any feedback in the comments. Leave a comment in the comments because, you know, you're not going to put it anywhere else. And yeah, that would be really appreciated. And yeah, have a great night. Catch you all tomorrow. Bye.